chest pain or tightness, feeling lightheaded or fainting with exertion, fatigue, especially during times of increased activity. These are all symptoms UNC Wilmington swimmer Carly Tanner faces in and out of the pool as she is diagnosed with aortic valve stenosis.
I was diagnosed around 10 years old, I think, and really it was just I was at the doctor, they were checking my heart rate, and they heard a really loud murmur, so they took me to the cardiologist to get me checked out, and they found that I have the aortic valve stenosis, which basically means that one of my valves, instead of opening up like this, it kind of opens up like this. And so it creates a really loud murmur, and my heart has to beat a little bit harder to get the same amount of blood around. I didn't really get serious about swimming until I was like 12. And what they told me at the cardiologist is as I was growing that the stenosis could get worse. And if it did get worse, I would have to stop swimming and have surgery on my heart, which of course was really terrifying. Every year I went back, I thought they were going to tell me, you know, you can't swim anymore, you have to get surgery and stuff like that. But luckily, as the years went on, it stayed the same. So I just had to go in for yearly checkups to the cardiologist.
I visited the natatorium where Carly first entered the pool as a typical freshman, with high hopes but little certainty about standing out among so much collegiate talent.
Tanner is a senior and now legend at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. She's only the second swimmer in the history of the women's program to compete at the NCAA tournament. The Virginia native is a 4-time CAA champ, winning 3 events in this year's conference championship. Her gold medals and impressive times at the CAAs made her a perfect candidate for the NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships, an honor only 281 swimmers receive.
I don't know, I always wanted to go to NCAAs. My freshman year, we had a girl go. She was a senior, Caitlin Christer. She went, and I just remember being like, you're so fast. You know, I was like, that's so above and beyond what I can reach. And then going into my senior year, I just told myself, don't have any regrets. You know, like every time I went into the weight room and lifted and I was in so much pain, I just told myself, you know, do anything to get to NCAAs, do anything. And so really it was the end of junior year when I realized that I was really close, and I was like, all right, one more year, let's see if I can do it. So then I did it, which is cool.
Despite her recent trip to the NCAAs, Carly wasn't always on top.
You know, I didn't come out of high school winning events. I didn't come out of high school, you know, as the big dog on this team, and I made myself that way. And so just hard work and a lot of heart.
But even with all of her medals, Carly's biggest accomplishment is still intangible.
I did have a coaching change after my breakout year, my sophomore year, and my sophomore year was the first time I medaled at conference and was the first time I really excelled. And I owe a lot of that to my old coach. And when he left to go to NC State, it was such a huge blow. And I had so much doubt in myself, and I just didn't know if I was going to be able to do it by myself because I had never done it before. And the fact that I was able to pick myself up and keep going and keep my head straight and work hard every day and achieve everything I wanted is so satisfying. You know, like I did it by myself, and I'm really excited about that.
While Carly's career in the pool may have come to a close, her story is far from over.
I'm looking to go to grad school after undergrad and research both gender communication and sports communication and tie the two of them together, because I see a lot in female athletes and female leaders and female coaches that there's some sort of disconnect there because they're trying to succeed in such a male-dominated atmosphere. And so I really want to see, you know, what communication patterns can women do differently to excel in the arena of sports.
If you can learn anything from Carly Tanner, you'll learn about perseverance and no excuses, even if you have aortic valve stenosis.
The message I want to send to future female athletes, especially at UNCW, is, to put it nicely, suck it up. You know, a lot of times, for some reason, I see in female athletes the whimper when it gets hard. And I think something that always set me apart was suck it up, you know, like everyone's in this together, everyone's doing the same set, everyone's, you know, working just as hard in the weight room, and suck it up and work harder, you know. Yeah, it hurts, and yeah, you don't want to do it, but it makes you a better swimmer in the end. So if I could say anything to anyone, just, you know, there's no real excuse. There's never an excuse. And as soon as you accept that, then you can push on and excel past what you think you can.
For ESPNU Campus Connection, I'm Trevor Bray.